Good morning. Welcome to the daily meditation. It is Thursday, and on Thursday we do slogans. And the slogans are specifically designed for those of us who are not living in monasteries. So, those of us who are going to work every day, raising kids, trying to live life on life's terms. And what they're designed for is basically the slogans are what is known as the Pith instruction. And so the most basic part of the teaching is encapsulated in the slogan. And the slogan is intended just to bring to mind a principle. So it's sort of like the sort of the hook bringing up the fish, kind of in a way. And so when we do these slogans, when we do the slogan practice, I want to encourage you every week as we do a particular slogan to try to bring that slogan to mind the following week as you go through your week. And so you'll recall that last week we did slogan 25, don't talk about injured limbs. And this week we're doing slogans 26, don't ponder others. And I thought before I read the commentary, I would just very quickly tell you a kind of funny story, which is I had something happen that sort of irritated me this morning. And I went and I told Boyce about how irritated I was about this particular person in my life, this particular thing that happened this morning. Um, yeah, I was about to tell you what happened, and then I was like, you probably don't really care. Um, so, and I realized when I sat down to look at the slogans, I was like, huh, look at that. I was just talking about an injured limb, and I was pondering others. And, just the reminder that these slogans can help me to turn my mind. And, it's our minds actually, while they are pliable, our minds do have this sort of sticky quality that they like to do what they like to do, and that's what our habitual patterns are. And so creating an environment where we're teaching our minds to have this more pliant quality, and I talked about that yesterday. Good morning, Stacy. I talked about the quality of pliancy in your mind yesterday, but that's part of what these slogans are doing, is they are helping to gradually sort of soften up your mind and help it to move in different directions. And this slogan we did last week, don't talk about injured limbs, is one of the things that really helped me to stop gossiping, because I would catch myself and I'd be like, you're talking about an injured limb, just let that go. So this week, don't ponder others, a nice companion to don't talk about injured limbs, and I'll just show you in the book, they're on facing pages. So it's just sort of funny. This book could drop open to page 148 and 149 anytime and probably keep you busy for a long, long time. Slogan 26, don't ponder others. In this slogan, pondering others means picking on other people's little misgivings and problems. One of the problems that we have generally is that when somebody does something to us or violates our principles, we keep picking on that particular thing. We would like to get at him and make sure that person's problems are subject to attack, subject to unhealthiness. For instance, because you have labored through your Tonglen practice and worked so hard, you develop tremendous arrogance. You feel as though you have gone through so much and that your effort makes you a worthy person. So when you meet somebody who has not accomplished what you have, you would like to put them down. The slogan is very simple. Don't do that. I do not think there is very much difference between this slogan and the preceding one. They are basically saying the same thing. Both slogans are very simple and direct. All the slogans are points which come to you, not particularly traffic signs, but reminders. And each time a particular point occurs to you, the slogans as a whole become more meaningful. And so you can think of these two as companions over the next week. And if you want to work on don't talk about injured limbs and don't ponder others, you can just notice that you're doing often both of those things at the same time. And just allow your mind, instead of beating yourself up, just allow your mind to turn a little bit, to move away from what you're doing, to let go. And in this case, for me, to let go of the bias that I have about the thing that happened. And to just very gently think about something else, move away from that topic. I used to love, when I worked in offices, I used to love to know all the dirt. I just, I wanted to know what was going on all the time. And, so I talked about other people, but in doing so, I was actually pondering them, and I was actually talking about injured limbs. I was perpetuating. Oh, I'm going to tell you one more story before we leave this topic altogether. I was actually perpetuating this my own habit of running down other people instead of driving all blames into one. And I was just reminded, I love the story so much. So I worked with this guy who was a guy that sort of had a difficult personality, and a lot of people didn't particularly like him, and they made jokes about him. And I've never forgotten this. There was a group of people standing around talking about him, and one of the women in the circle wasn't really participating in the conversation. And it was one of those sort of, things where eventually people noticed she wasn't participating. And the group sort of fell silent. And she said, when the group fell silent, she said, "Well, I'll tell you one thing about him. He really loves his son," which was true. He was a guy that talked about his son a lot and really loved his son. And, I think that she was a person slightly more enlightened than the rest of us, who had a habit of turning her mind away from this thing of pondering others or talking about injured limbs. And thereafter I always was like, she's a very kind person. And I really respected her for just saying that one kind thing about him. So, okay, let's go ahead and get started on the contemplation. So when we do a contemplation, it is similar to our shamatha meditation, when we bring our attention back to our breathing. But in this case, we bring our attention back to the slogan. And today's slogan, don't ponder others. Slogan 26 is, hang on, let's see what point we're in of the mind training here. We are in point 6, disciplines of mind training. So this is point 6 and the Prajnaparamita. And these slogans are all connected with sharpening your intelligence in order to work with yourself. So slogan 26, don't ponder others. Let's go ahead and take our nice upright posture. Straight back, soft front. So we have this sense of bravery, the simultaneous confidence of our spine and openness at our heart center. Hands are resting comfortably on your thighs. If you bring your elbows into your sides a little bit, that'll help you straighten up. Bring your shoulders back and down a little bit. Straighten up your neck. You can take a moment, close your eyes, bringing the body and the mind together as one. Now bringing your attention to the slogan. Don't ponder others. As your mind wanders away, you just gently bring your attention back to each of the individual words, the meaning of the whole phrase together, and then the application in your own life. Don't ponder others. Don't ponder others. Don't ponder others. Don't ponder others. Don't ponder others' weak points, becoming arrogant about your own accomplishments. Don't ponder others. In this slogan, pondering others means picking on other people's little misgivings and problems. One of the problems we have generally is that when somebody does something to us or violates our principles, we keep picking on that particular thing. Don't ponder others. So, hi Gracie, I saw that you joined after we started. Welcome, thanks for being here. So when we close here, we put our hands in Anjali at our heart center and bow. Before we do that, we're going to say the dedication of merit, just to offer the benefit of this sitting session to all sentient beings. And for those of you that know the dedication of merit, you are welcome to join me. By this merit, may all attain omniscience, may it defeat the enemy wrongdoing, from the stormy waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death, from the ocean of samsara, may I free all beings. Thank you all for your practice, and I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Until then, be well, safe, and happy.